So the story of provision for Poland. Here it is. About 8 days before going to Poland, I realized I still needed about $800 to be able to pay for what was needed, what I was told I would need for room and board. And that's a lot of money in 8 days, $100 a day. That was definitely, I had kind of a freak out sesh. That Sunday night, I was actually in Indiana visiting my grandparents, and in the room I was staying in at their house, kind of had this hyperventilation, whatever, plus on top of like a couple miscommunications with friends and stuff. So I was all of a sudden just like, everything was like, ah! And I had my first real freak out sesh before going to Poland. And it was actually the start of a lot of anxiety, like mini anxiety attacks. Nothing huge or anything, but definitely there. God's good, and so He got me through all of them. Obviously, I'm here. And so 8 days, $800, and I am kind of freaking out at my grandparents' house. And so I told God, oh my God, really, I don't know if this is what you want me to do or if I'm supposed to be doing something else. And I just want to go someplace, so I said I'm doing this, and then decided to raise money for it. And my biggest thing was like, well, what if you don't give me the money? Am I not going to go? But I've already bought the ticket, so that means I'd forfeit all that money. And so everyone who supported me then gave their money to something that's nothing happened from it. And that was probably my biggest fear. More than not going was the fact that I would have wasted people's money. And that scared me a lot. Like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? So obviously fear of man right there, not a good sign. I was pretending that it was love of man, but it was more fear. And so that Sunday night, I was like, God, I just need confirmation every day this next week that this is what you want, and you're going to provide and pay for it. So that next morning, a friend started texting me and said that they were going to give me $20, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I didn't even ask. They asked how I was doing in the fundraising thing, and then asked me if I had a PayPal, and I was just like, yeah, I do. What? $20? Awesome. I'm like, I still need $780, but that's $20 I don't have to come up with somehow. And I knew it was just a confirmation from God. And then the next day, my grandparents gave me a check, and I got another text from another friend who said that they were going to send something else, and so that equaled out to being like another 200 some, and so all of a sudden it was just like, yes, all this is working out, it's going so good, and I was like, yay, $800, and then I was figuring out finances and stuff, and I forgot that about a couple different things. One, compassion every month being taken out of my account, and so when I looked at my account, all of a sudden had less money than I thought I would, and I was like, why? Oh, compassion. It's like, shoot, I need that next month too, and I'm not going to be working. So I'm like, okay, so I need to add that and add this. So that was another $100 that I didn't know where it was going to come from, and I tried not freaking out. But then I got another friend who sent me a card. I don't know when they sent it to me, but I got it on Wednesday, and it had $100 in there. And every day there was something, not always money. On a Thursday, I took pictures. I went to Enstrom Studios, and Butch from there helped me take pictures of 2 of my paintings. So I will hopefully be able to start selling prints of at least those 2, or there's 3 of them, but those 2 for sure, and to help with whatever mission stuff I do in the future, and I was expecting, last person I talked with said it was going to be about like $40 a picture, and so when I asked how much, he said, just pray for me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I will. So that was a gift, and it was just amazing. And every day it seemed like something like that. And but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday there was no like financial whatever, so I still needed about $500 on Sunday. And I went down Sunday to the cities, and knowing that the next day I'm going to board an airplane, still needing $500, about ish, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, did not know. And as I was boarding, or not as I was boarding, as I was hanging out with Tristan and Jimmy in the cities, because they brought me down like the awesome people they are, I get a call from my mom, and she tells me I got the rest of my money. And I'm about to walk into, or I actually just walked into Guitar Center, so I wanted to cry. I really wanted to cry. I was just so happy. But I was like, I'm in Guitar Center right now. I'm just gonna not talk to you right now, Mom, okay? Because I don't want to cry in Guitar Center. And all these musician guys, there wasn't that many girls in there. So, yeah, did not want to cry. Anyways, so that is the first part of this providing provision from God, and I still got more money in too from friends sending things in, where it's been enough where I can in turn help bless the people I'm with now. The directors are amazing. I absolutely love them. I would come back to Poland just to see them, or would fly to South Africa if they went down there for some reason, just to see them. They're just amazing people, and really like them. And financially, though, this touring that we're doing is coming up very soon. And our first date is on the 11th, so 4 days from now. And I don't know how much, I don't know any details. All I know is that there's still a need, and because they've asked us to pray for different things, and concerning some financial and some just praying for the places that we'll be going to, and as much as they are being faithful, and as much as they're I guess kind of trying to not act stressed or whatever, you can kind of see it that there's a little bit of stress there, which I totally understand. That's how I felt the whole week before coming to Poland. And it's amazing because not only did I stress out a little bit, and God provided amazingly and in the nick of time, but He provided more than enough. And so the more than enough that I've gotten thus far is going to be able to help them. And when I told them, like, well, I got money people gave me for ministry, and so I'm not going to spend it on things for me, because that would be wrong. So this ministry money I will give to you. And the look on their faces, I wish all of you could see, because it wasn't me, it was you guys and God, and it was just amazing, because it's still not enough, but it's a lot more than they were expecting to get, because I didn't realize before that, but it's basically the money that we brought is basically just for room and board. It's not like it was going to help with transportation or anything like that. And so I think it's enough that it should be able to cover a lot of the gas that we'll be using, and that's really, really exciting. And yeah, so I wanted to share that with you all, because you have been praying for me and encouraging me, and I'm sure there's some of you out there who are looking at the things that you need, whether it's financial or whether it's emotional or strength for work or job or to do the right thing, like you're struggling with something. God is our provider, Jehovah Yireh, our provider, and He always comes through. Even if it's stressfully at the last minute, He still always comes through, and it's amazing. And as much as there still needs to be things done here, and there's a lot to do, and I really want to sleep right now instead of do this and then go back to practice. I know God's going to provide for everything, financially, emotionally, and most of all, spiritually. He's already done that. And so take this as a story of thanks and encouragement for yourself as well, for the seeds that you have sown through prayer and encouragement and finances are all going to come back to you. And I pray 10 times more than what's been given me, and I feel overtly blessed. I love you all, and hopefully talk to you soon.